This is really interesting trying to solder to like an aluminum PCB because this thing
Yeah,
heat sinks
tell
away.
me about making that because I'm curious
Yeah,
as to, like, where did you have it made? How much did it cost? Was it, like, really expensive compared to a normal PCB?
I learned so much making these. It was actually a really cool experience. This was done with a credit with Seed Studio. We had some PCBA done for work, and the credit was going to expire. So I was like, hey, gonna get my personal projects
Yeah.
done because it's not hurting anyone. And so one of the options they had was
Mhm.
for an aluminum PCB, and I was making these lights, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I really want to try that. First thing, for the least expensive type of these, you can't do vias because you
Yeah.
drill a hole, you put a via in, and suddenly everything's so the original version of this board had, like, you can see these are like the KiCad like 2-pin connector layouts, right? Like
Mhm.
2-pin like 0.1 headers, like these guys. Obviously that doesn't work. And so I got a message back and they were like, you can't do that. That's not how that goes. And I was like, interesting. Okay. And so that's why I'm doing this really silly wiring. But it's really interesting because the heat sinking is quite good on the board. Soldering's really difficult because it the minute that your iron leaves, it just hardens right away. It's just
Yeah.
gone. And so that's why I've had the solder down first in a little blob, and then I'm attaching my little 30 gauge wires because otherwise, yeah, you legit just can't do it maybe like the more traditional way. So it's very weird.
Do you
Yeah.
have an idea of, like, what the cost would have been? Like, how much more than a normal circuit board the cost would have been if you hadn't had the voucher or anything, or
Yeah, I think I could
just curious?
I think it was like
Totally look it up, but
between $50 and $75, like for 10 boards of this size.
Mhm.
The quoting is pretty good on their website, like most like JLPCB. Actually, they may not do it, but Seed definitely does it. There's one other place that will also do aluminum boards that I forget the name of, but they will give you a quote if you like upload your Gerbers. And I don't know, yeah, it's worth checking. But the big thing is like making sure that you don't have that it's a single-sided board.
No electroplating aluminum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right, like, makes super sense. So,
yeah.
and I think if you pay a fair bit extra, they you can do it, but it's just
Mm.
like the process is a lot more convoluted.